Okay, I promised you that I would come back and we would talk about the ego and these lower thought forms. Well, think about an ego that's been on this planet for as long as I can think, and it does not know itself as love. It only knows itself as separated out from love. So it doesn't think it's lovable. And I'm in the body and I'm having the experience of the ego, right? But so then I went and took a deeper dive. After I came out of the loop of you're a bad person, I thought, well, I took a deeper dive in. I thought, why do I feel, like I'm a bad person? So my ego started pointing to just my experience here on this earth of things that I was shameful of. And so I had a conversation with the Divine Mother and Father, as I do, and I put on the table and I said, is there something wrong with me? Is that evil? Am I evil? And I said, I'm willing, I'm strong enough now inside myself to identify all parts and all aspects of me. Maybe, maybe I'm really, maybe there's a part of me that is unworthy of light. And I went there. And it wasn't from, poor Susan. It was more like, okay, I'm at a certain level of strength within myself. I want to know the truth of my being. And perhaps if you look at it, it could also be your ego wants to know the truth of its being, like, when is the place in which we can identify forgiveness for ourselves? What dictates worthiness of forgiveness? Right? So, didn't think much of it. I went to bed 5:30. I did think a lot of it. I had the conversation. That's what I thought about it, and I let it go because, I've been living this long, as a sinner. And how many of you can relate to that? So I'm thinking, I've lived this long as a sinner, one more day is not gonna, shoot the rabbit. So today I'm meditating, and I don't know if you've heard any videos based on light language. I'm gonna put one down below that I really appreciate. And I was doing light language and I was holding one of my crystals. I will introduce you. Bunks. This is my little baby. Oh, this is one too. It's like, what about me? This is one. This is my, they're all amazing. And this is the one I was playing with today, right? And I was holding it and I was thinking about the origination of this crystal and how long it's been here on the planet and how long some of us have come and gone on the planet for a really long time. And I was just holding it and I just thought, today is just going to be about getting back into love and appreciation for this crystal and the fact that it's been here, and how cavemen, I feel like, compared to this crystal's great knowledge and wisdom. And then the crystal started talking to me, and the crystal started sharing with me that what it takes, to become a master within self. I'm gonna hold up. I just want to get the hair out of my face. And I was listening, and it said it's forgiveness of self. It's about coming onto a planetary system in the most densest form imaginable to reconnect up with love. And it has to begin with self. So if you look at ascended masters from before, Jesus, Mother Mary, Kuan Yin, Saint Germain, these were all Buddha, the list goes on and on. If I don't say it, it doesn't mean I don't appreciate it. I'm just, one thing that they all had in common is it came down to this dense reality system and became a sinner, let's say, right? They made mistakes. And I've always held myself accountable for my actions. But what I've not done is I've not given myself a pardon, right? A pardon to say, you know, I fucked up. And I didn't realize that I was holding this like grip on non-forgiveness of myself. And that's what I learned about looking at these things, that I was like, okay. So then when I made the decision to forgive myself, I got a better look into the grander ego. Some people call it dark energies and darkness, right? But it's a grander ego. And that grander ego is showing me, right, that it can't forgive itself. That it's found an incapable ability to pardon itself from love. But a master has realized they've sinned, and yet they knew that the only one that could truly give them pardon, because Spirit doesn't need to give you pardon. Spirit loves you, right? The creator of all living light in the universe, Mother, Father, Creator, love you. So there's no, we can't imagine on this level, because we're in this reality system with this dense energy, and we're with the ego who does not know it's worthy of love because it's sinned, and we've sinned here, right? There's not, I don't know why my hair's doing that. Come on, we're going, hang on, we're going to put it over here. So now we're with this darkness, right? This dark matter. And we can see that it's a mirror of us. I want to say the word clemency. This comes to mind, this clemency, to give yourself a pass. This is the state of mastery. Can you look at the sins in which you created, maybe from the beginning of time, and give yourself clemency? Can you say, I love Susan, or I love myself in these moments, and see that it was a mistake that I learned from, a mistake that I don't want to recreate, but a mistake. And I'm not perfect. And in that clemency you give yourself, and you realize that it's time to give it to everyone. We can't heal the world. We can't be all that we want this world to be if we don't begin with self. And this is not, I see a lot of posters and lines out there and people talking a bunch of stuff, but this is about true compassion for yourself and true forgiveness for yourself. And what that looks like puts you into your mastery, because you realize that you doing that affects the entire collective consciousness. It affects the entire world. Back in the day, we only had a few beings on the planet that were masters at a time. Now I look out into YouTube, and I'm going to put some YouTubes below, because I've got some people out there that I love their personalities. I love their gift to share. Their info is on point, so that's not it at all, but they're feeling it. They're feeling what they know. They didn't go to school for it. They're not, talking about being, top in their class, and they know everything. They're just going with their feelings. And that's what this ride, moving forward, in my opinion, is about. It's about going in. You don't have to be a master healer, and you don't have to be anything. Be a master human being. Be a master at being a human being, first and foremost to yourself. And as that forgiveness comes in, you can be the master of being a human being to others. Because how am I going to now judge another person when it would go against what I know now. And then the darkness isn't anything that can't have an opportunity through ego, right? If we all become master human beings. And it's deep. And it requires you looking in on your shadows. And I've had the opportunity over the last year to really concentrate in on self, which has been an incredible blessing. At times I'm like, help me, I don't know what's happening with my life. And I want to celebrate that today as well. And if you are doing work on yourself, you should celebrate that today as well. We're becoming master human beings with walking the life of sin, to come to the understanding that all is forgiven. Not just from the universe, but from us. So I want to share that with you. And I can't wait for this video to hit out into the world, where someone can watch this and say, oh my God, that reflects me. That's exactly what occurred. So that's going to be really cool. So I'm going to say goodbye for right now, but I am going to come back. I've got a few more videos I'm going to share with you. But yeah, a few more videos I'm going to share with you. Let's stop there. And yeah, we're so lucky. We're so lucky to have so much wisdom here to remind us of our greatest self. I'm so grateful.